let's get started. We'll begin in Tadasana at the top of our mat. As you bring your feet together, one toe distance apart, look down to see if your big toes are in line with each other. Lift all of your toes, balancing on the balls of your feet and heels, and place each toe down one by one on the ground, pushing them towards the earth. Make sure you feel the connection with each toe, particularly the last toe, lifting them again and placing them down one by one on the ground, being fully aware of all 10 toes. Now slowly bring your awareness to your entire foot. Feel all the 4 corners of your feet touching the earth. Let us rock our bodies to and from, moving and feeling the weight of the body on the entire feet. Rock to distribute the body weight on the foot, and then slowly settle down by pushing all of the 4 corners of the feet on the earth and ground, and bring your hips right above your ankles. Now if you can, go ahead and close your eyes as we begin to scan our entire body to help us prepare for our practice today. Go ahead and bring your heels together, knees together, squeeze your thighs towards each other. This will help square your hips and stand, lengthening the legs upward. Bring your awareness to your belly now. Take a deep, long breath in through your nostrils and watch how your belly moves forward as you inhale. We're going to hold our breath for a while. As we stand here, go ahead and connect to the discomfort, the shivering, or restlessness in the body. Connect to the emotions and thoughts you are having at this moment while holding your breath. Now slowly let go of the breath, release it through your nostrils, and relax the belly. Once again, connect to your body and emotions as you release the breath. Notice if there is a difference in how the body feels during inhalation and exhalation. All through your practice, you learn to be in constant connection with this part of your body during both inhalation and exhalation as you breathe in and breathe out. Continue with long, deep breaths and slowly bring your awareness to your chest and shoulders. Roll the shoulders and draw them back. This will bring the chest out and automatically the chin comes in line with the chest. Lift the chin up, feeling confident and strong. Now watch how the chest moves with each breath, and through every exhalation, control the movement of the chest, slowly collapsing it. Now let's go ahead and lengthen your entire back. Take your awareness to your hips and stand tall, strong, and confident. Gently bring your awareness to your face. Open your mouth wide and feel the jaw stretch. Move the jaw up and down, side to side. Rotate it and bring a deep smile while doing this. There's so much tension stored in the jaw, and moving it releases tension and stress. It helps relieve neck and shoulder stiffness. It also helps to breathe better and keeps the thyroid gland stimulated. So don't feel shy. Open your mouth wide as if you were yawning. Now go ahead and relax and release. Bring one hand to your belly and the other on your chest. Begin to start with deep breaths through both your nostrils. Expand your chest and abdomen, filling air into your lungs. Keep in mind that the air does not fill in your belly or chest. The action of expansion only acts as support for the lungs to do its function. As you exhale, control the movement and don't rush with it. The more you are aware of your exhalation, the lungs will make room for more air to be filled in. So exhale deeply. Repeat this connecting breath and go deeper for each round, preparing your body to be in line with your breath and your mind to be in line with your body. You'll have many thoughts during your practice, but don't fight them. These thoughts define you, so don't run away from them or fight to ignore them. Instead, gather these thoughts, prioritize them, bring them together, and with a gentle smile and with grace, glide through them. The more you are aware of your movements in your belly and chest, the cool inflow of air and the warm outflow of air, these thoughts will remain in the subconscious mind, and they will not trouble you in your practice. So let us go slow with this process and repeat it as we breathe in and breathe out, gathering our thoughts, connecting to our emotions and our thoughts. Let's go ahead and awake every cell in the body and warm up the body as we get ready to begin our practice. From here, go ahead and come into a wide child's pose with your knees engaged and wide apart, internally rotated at the end of your mat, with your sit bones seated on your heels, your hips engaged and externally rotated, bent forward, your sit bones again active, your spine long and lengthened towards your neck, your back active and broad, your shoulders engaged and rolled back and away from your ears, your neck long and lengthened forward as your chin rests on the floor, your chest and ribcage broad and resting on the floor, with your arms lengthened forward under your forehead or by your side, with your fingers engaged and active, with your hip flexors, glutes, and pelvic floor all engaged as your navel is pulled in and up and your gaze is to the floor. As you exhale, go ahead and bend forward. And from here, we'll bring our hands to heart center as we go ahead and twist as we stay in child's pose, Balasana, to either side. We'll go ahead and rotate to the opposite side. From here, we'll come into Bharadva Nyajasana, a twisted torso pose, as we go ahead and bring our left hand to our right elbow. We'll go ahead and bend our right leg with our outer knee resting on the floor, our left leg bent with active thighs, and the inner knee resting on the floor, with our right foot placed near the perineum, our left extended with an active arch close to the left hip. Our arm, the right one, is in a twist with the active elbows as our left is bent in a twist. Our right hand is twisted with our palm grounded, our fingers pointed behind us. Our spine is lifted from the base, long and gently bending back, with our scapulas coming in towards each other. Our right hip is externally rotated, while our left hip is internally rotated. We'll go ahead and hold it here as we gaze to a point on the ground. As we breathe in and breathe out, we'll go ahead and switch hands and switch feet. As we breathe in and breathe out, we'll go ahead and come back into a wide child's pose with our hands grounded on the floor and our thighs away from our chest, bringing our wrists to stretch as we bend them back towards our body. We'll go ahead and hold it here. So take a deep breath in And a deep breath out. We'll go ahead and bring our chin on the mat and our arms by our side as we extend the right arm out and align it with the shoulder with our palm facing down, placing the left hand under the left shoulder and pressing into the mat. We'll begin by opening the left shoulder, spinning your chest towards the ceiling and opening through the side body, bending the left knee and rolling the left leg behind you. Your toes should touch the floor, or your whole foot can be placed on the surface. Your gaze must stay on the left hand or by the left elbow. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Go ahead and come back to laying on your stomach as you prepare for the other side. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We are now going to flow between downward facing dog and a plank pose. Be sure to be aware of your range of motion and respect your body, and if it feels discomfortable, go ahead and stop. The following flow will help bring your wrist, spine, hips, joints, ankles, and shoulders in a nice flow. So as you take a deep breath in, go ahead and come to downward facing dog. And on an exhale, come up onto your toes, arcing and extending your spine at the same time with a curve to your back. Go ahead and hold it here. And on your next exhale, come into Chaturanga. And on your next inhale, go ahead and bend your knees and straighten your forward arms and bring your forehead to the mat. And then come back into downward facing dog. We'll go ahead and flow through this as we come into an arched back. We'll go ahead and exhale as we come into a plank pose. We'll go ahead and exhale as we come into bent knees. And we'll go ahead and extend our legs out as we come into downward facing dog. And on an exhale, we'll come back into an arched back. And again, on an exhale, we'll come into plank pose. And from here, we'll come into bent knees with our hips up and our arms lengthened. Let's go ahead and bring our right foot forward and our left foot back, bending the front leg and straightening out the back as we come into Warrior Two with our hands facing each other and our palms touching behind our back. As we hold it here, we'll go ahead and breathe in, and on an exhale, rest our belly to our thigh, gazing forward. We'll go ahead and hold it here with our hands again behind our back, our palms facing each other, and we'll go ahead and gaze up, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. We'll go ahead and bring our hands to heart center as we come into Tadasana at the top of our mat. We'll now bring our left foot forward, parallel to the long end of our mat, and our right leg back, parallel to the short end of the mat. As we bring our hands behind our back and our palms facing, we'll come into Warrior Two, gazing forward. And on an exhale, we'll go ahead and bring our belly to our thigh as we breathe in and breathe out. As we gaze forward, we'll hold it here. We'll go ahead and change our gaze to gaze up. As we breathe in, and on an exhale, we'll bring our hands out to a cactus arms. We'll go ahead and look forward as we shine our hearts to the short end of our mat. Go ahead and hold it here. As we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. And on our next exhale, we'll go ahead and bring our chest to our thigh as we bring our hands planted to the floor, grounded. Go ahead and hold it here as we gaze forward. We'll breathe in, and on our exhale, we'll come into pyramid pose with our legs straight and our belly to our thigh as our head comes to our knee and our arms above our head. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll go ahead and come to standing with our feet wide apart as we come into pyramid pose on the opposite side. We'll go ahead and bring our belly to our thigh, knee to our nose. And on an inhale, we'll come into a runner's lunge, placing both hands on the ground by the sides of our leg. We'll go ahead and lift our belly from our thigh and bend our elbows as we bring them into cactus arms. Go ahead and stretch here as we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And from here, we'll go ahead and come into a wide child's pose. As we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll go ahead and come into Tadasana at the top of our mat. We'll go ahead and come into Surya Namaskar B as we come into Utkatasana, chair pose, with our feet actively arched and grounded together, our toes engaged and wide, our knees engaged and bent behind our toes, our hips engaged and internally rotated as we take a seat, our shoulders engaged and lifted upwards away from our ears, our chest and ribcage broad and lifted, our arms lengthened upwards parallel with our inner elbows and palms facing each other and our fingers pointed up, our chin away from our chest and our head gently dropped back, our spine lifted from the base and lengthened upwards. We'll go ahead and hold it here as we breathe in and breathe out. We'll come into a forward fold, Uttanasana. Go ahead and hug your knees into your nose as you sway from side to side, grounding your hands if that's possible, bending your knees if you need. Go ahead and slowly stack your vertebrae as you come into Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold, gazing forward, breathing in and breathing out. From here, we'll come into an exhale as we come into Chaturanga, being sure that our elbows are lifted and pointed back close to our chest, our wrists are flexed, and our palms are grounded, and our fingers are wide. And on an inhale, come into upward facing dog with your hips internally rotated, your shoulders engaged and rolled back away from your ears, your neck front and long, lengthening upwards with a slight back bend, your chin away from your chest, and your head dipped back. Your chest and ribcage engaged and broad, lifted upwards with a slight back bend as your palms are grounded and your shoulders are wide apart and your fingers are wide. And on an exhale, come into downward facing dog as you play out your hands and your legs, swaying from side to side. As you get ready for Warrior One, your right leg will be extended back, your kneecaps lifted, your foot grounded, while your left leg is bent with your knee bent behind your toes, your foot grounded, your toes wide and pointing in front, your arms away from your ears, lengthened, inner elbows facing each other, palms in, facing towards each other, pointed up, your spine lifted from the base, upward, straight, and your back lifted, your chin and head dropped back away from your chest. Your right hip is extended and squared, while your left is in flexion, internally rotated. From here we come into Balasana, plank pose, as we keep our gaze between our hands and take a deep inhale to hold the pose. We'll go ahead and have our legs long and together, our kneecaps lifted, active thighs, our feet together with active arches, and our heels up and our toes grounded, our arms shoulder width apart, long and parallel, pushing upward with our inner elbows inside. Our back will be lengthened in both directions, almost parallel to the floor, while our psoas muscles, our pelvic floor, our glutes, our core, our triceps, our biceps, and our quadriceps are all engaged as our navel is active and pulled in to support the back. And from here, we'll come into Chaturanga on an exhale. Go ahead and hold it here as we come into upward facing dog on an inhale. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Go ahead and really extenuate your torso and your chest and your navel as you bend back. And from here, we'll come into a downward facing dog as we inhale and exhale, inhale and exhale. We'll go ahead and bring our left leg back, extended back, with our kneecaps lifted, grounded, with our right leg in front, with our knees behind our toes, and our hands gazing up, lengthened, our inner elbows facing each other, and our palms in, our fingers together, pointed up. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. And on our next exhale, come into Chaturanga with our elbows bent by our side, our kneecaps lifted. And from here, we'll come into upward facing dog. And on an exhale, come into downward facing dog. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out as we come into Ardha Uttanasana, halfway fold. And from here, we'll come into a forward fold. And from a forward fold, we'll go ahead and slowly stack our vertebrae one by one as we come into Utkatasana with our hips drawn back and our hands above our head. And from here, we'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out as we come into Tadasana at the top of our mat. We'll go ahead and bend back, gazing up. And we'll go ahead and bend from side to side. As we come to face the long end of our mat, we'll go ahead and spread our feet apart, more than shoulder width apart, until it's comfortable. And we'll go ahead and hinge at the hips, reaching to one side. As we reach to the other, with our torso up, we're going to go ahead and reach from side to side with our hands up and our feet apart. We're going to go ahead and place our left knee down and extend our right leg. And we're going to place our left hand down and extend our right hand up to the sky. We're going to hold it here as we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We're now going to go ahead and place our left hand by the side of us in line with our knee that's down and our extended leg, and reach over, extenuating our oblique muscles and reaching our arm above our head. Go ahead and breathe here. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll go ahead and add a twist, bending our shoulder back, extending our arm behind us as we adjust our leg to make this position comfortable. We'll really stretch out our obliques, gazing up, breathing in and breathing out. This practice really opens your heart and is a gentle back bend. It stretches your psoas muscles, your arms, and the muscles in your spine. And it's a great hip opener. From here, we're going to come to bring our oblique to our thigh as we bend to the side towards our long leg, reaching our fingers to our feet while keeping our chest open. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And from here, we'll go ahead and bring both knees to either side of our mat as we come into a wide child's pose, with our neck long and lengthened forward, our hips engaged and externally rotated, our sit bones active and resting on the outer edges of our heels, our breath exhaling deeply to go forward, our arms either lengthened forward or under our forehead with our palms grounded. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll come back into standing, facing the long end of our mat with our feet apart, stretching, from side to side with our torso up. And here we'll hinge at our hips and again stretch from side to side as we breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll go ahead and bring the other knee to the ground and extend the opposite leg, bringing one hand down and the other hand above our head. Breathing in and breathing out. Really using this as a heart opener and hip opener. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. We'll go ahead and place the arm in front of our knee to the side of us as we extend our hand over our head, bending into our side. Really noticing the alignment between her torso and her leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. We'll go ahead and bend back as we shine our hearts forward. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. And from here, we'll go ahead and hinge at the hip as we come to the side, bringing your obliques to our thighs and stretching to our long extended leg. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. And from here we'll come into a wide child's pose. We'll continue to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. As we go ahead and bring our arms in front of us and straighten our legs out, lying on our stomach. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out with our elbows bent, our chest forward, our arms parallel and palms facing down, our fingers wide, and our elbows shoulder width apart, active and squeezing towards each other, our legs parallel along with our active knees, our feet with their big toes together, our hips front and grounded, internally rotated, our breath inhaling deep for a back bend, our spine lifted from the base and gently back bent. Go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. 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 You now have the option to bring your hands to your forehead as you bring your head down, breathing in and breathing out, 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 breathing in and breathing out. We'll go ahead and come to our backs as we bring our knees together and to one side, stacked above each other. Arms can be either by your side or at your hips. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. 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 We'll go ahead and bring our knees to the other side of our body as we continue to breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. We'll go ahead and begin to continue to calm our breaths. As we breathe in and breathe out. We'll go ahead and lie down with one hand at our heart and the other on our stomach, with your feet straight. We'll go ahead and breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. And if you have the ability to close your eyes, go ahead and do so. Relaxing your tongue, relaxing your jaw, relaxing your teeth. Go ahead and slowly take your mind to your lower body, then to your upper body. Take your mind to the top of your toes, your inner soles, your ankles, your calf muscles, your hamstrings, your thighs, your torso, go ahead and feel your wrists, your palms, your inner arms, your inner elbows, your upper arms, your triceps, your biceps, your elbows. Now relax your arms, either by the side of you, or continue to place them at your heart and stomach. Take a moment to come to your throat. Take a few deep breaths in and a few deep breaths out. Continue this. As you take your mind again to your chest, your ribs, your abdomen, your thighs, your feet, your arms. Go ahead and bring your mind back to your breath. As you breathe in and breathe out, stay here until your body feels relaxed, and take the focus to the mind. Control your breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. Feel the soothing energy as you breathe in and breathe out. Really focusing on your breath. Take as much time as you need in Savasana. And when you're ready to continue with your day, go ahead and come to the top of your mat. Until then, Namaste.